Hey, what's up, my friends? How you doing today? Guys, today I'm always excited, of course, to share news and information with you that I think is going to be helpful in helping you um, excuse me, get to where you want to be and for you to be able to build wealth and to have financial freedom. And today, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you some great information, particularly for hairstylists and barbers. So, if you are a hairstylist or barber, you definitely want to watch this video today. And when I was in the beauty and barber industry, I used to always say to myself, and I used to always tell people, how you spend your Sunday and how you spend your Monday, your days off, will determine how successful of a week you have during the week. So hopefully you guys are using today to plan for success, to set yourself up for success, for you to actually go in and work not only in your business, but for you to work on your business. And of course, biggest part of your business is you. Everything revolves around you. So today I'm going to be sharing with you information that's going to help to make you a better person and put you in position to be able to build more wealth and create more financial freedom. So as you come on in, please put your name in the comment box. Shout me out. Let me know what city you're watching from so I can shout you out directly. And as you guys know, the more energy you share with me when you're watching these things, the more you give, the more you get as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started. So today, guys, I'm going to be talking about how hairstylists and barbers are building wealth, creating financial freedom, and retiring from behind the chair. I don't know about you, but I know, especially when I was getting started in the beauty industry, people were not talking about these things, right? People were talking about when I got started in the mid '90s. People were talking about hairstyles and hairdos and finger waves. They were talking about freeze curls and updos and all this other stuff. And very few people were actually talking about how to build wealth and create financial freedom. And so, as a result, I happen to see so many people along my journey, my 23 years of being in the beauty industry, so many people who had these wonderful skills, had these wonderful talents, who was able to really do some hair, but they were not having success financially. So I want to make sure that I share things with you that helped me be able to retire from behind the chair. And I want to be able to help make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Okay. So today I'm going to be talking about how hairstylists and barbers are actually building wealth, how they're creating financial freedom, and how they are retiring from behind the chair. Not just burning out, but how they're actually retiring. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Are you feeling like you are behind in saving and investing for your retirement? Do you feel frustrated with trying to save with an up and down budget? Right? Do you feel like you just can't get ahead financially? Or are you feeling really confused, overwhelmed, or just not sure how or what to do to catch up? And guys, let me tell you, if you feel this way, you are not alone. Okay. And so today I'm going to help you get past all of these things. Okay. So if this is you, you're definitely in the right place. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned for this video training today. In this video, you're going to discover the mistakes that most hairstylists make that keep them from building wealth. You're going to discover the one thing that's helping hairstylists and barbers like never before build wealth. You're going to learn how hairstylists and barbers are generating income whether they are behind the chair or not. and you're going to learn how you can start doing the same and retire from behind the chair, and possibly even retire from behind the chair early. Is that something that sounds good to you? Sounds interesting? Well, hopefully it is, because that's what I'm going to be sharing today. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Alex. I worked as a financial auditor with a Fortune 500 company before coming to the hairstyling industry. I worked in corporate America, studied economics and finance. So, the information that I'm sharing with you guys, this is not made up stuff. This is stuff that companies that I implemented working with Fortune 500 companies, and this is information that people are using all across the country to be able to finally build wealth for themselves. Of course, I'm a former hairstylist and salon owner of 23 years, and I'm Amazon best selling author. And so the information I'm going to be sharing with you today, guys, this information uh, enabled me to be able to retire back in 2018 from behind the chair. And let me tell you something, that was an amazing day. I met a lot of wonderful people in the 23 years of being in the beauty industry, both clients, teammates, other beauty professionals, other salon owners, other stage platform artists. I mean, it runs the gamut. Um, but I wanted to retire from the industry, and in 2018, I was able to do so. And the information I'm going to be sharing with you today enabled me to do that. And so once I retired from the beauty industry in 2018, I actually became a certified financial coach and a licensed insurance advisor. So, um, my mission now is to help as many people as possible build wealth, create financial freedom so they can live their best life. I know so many people who really enjoy doing hair. They love their customers and clients. But quite frankly, you know, you don't want to be doing this your whole life. If you do it, you want to do it because you love it. You want to do it because this is something that you absolutely enjoy doing, and you don't feel like you have to you just stuck behind the chair. Hey Darren, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. um, Darren Jones, I really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and definitely catch the replay if you can't stay on with me live. Okay, so thank you for commenting and tuning in, Darren. I appreciate you. So, again, this is my mission to help as many people as possible be able to build wealth, create financial freedom so you can live your best life, right? And so you can begin to spend more time doing the things that you truly love and enjoy, right? So, hair might be your passion as it relates to your career, but you may want to travel a little bit more. You may want to see the world. You might have some other passions and some other causes or passion projects that you want to do as well. Maybe you just want to spend time with your family and those that you love. Whatever it is, I want to be able to help you do that. So first, let's deal with some myths that so many hairstylists and barbers have, right? So let's look at a few of them. um, a lot of people think that it's just all about how good they do hair or how well they cut hair. And let me tell you, that is a myth. Okay, that is a myth. When it comes to building financial success, building financial wealth, and financial freedom, it is not all about how good you do or cut hair. Another myth, it's not how big your clientele is. Let me tell you, I had a really nice clientele, but there were people who had a clientele who was bigger than mine. Okay, but it wasn't about how big of a clientele you have. It's about, on the front end, from a business customer service perspective, right? It's really about how you leverage those relationships, how frequently those customers come back, how much are they spending with you during their service. right? Are they buying more products, more services with you? Are they coming back more often? Are they referring more people, right? And how much are they paying per service? I'm letting you in on some nuggets here. I hope you're catching these things, guys. So it's not all about the number of people, because if you're always looking at your success in terms of how many people you service or how big your clientele is, guess what? You're always going to be stuck behind the chair servicing those people. And so many times people are not trying to figure out, how do I leverage, right? How do I deliver more value, more service, more products? How can I get people coming back more often, right? So I'm able to generate more revenue and more income. So it's not strictly about the clientele, it is definitely all about the revenue that is generated. Okay. It's not about how much you make. Okay. I know plenty of people who were making gobs of money. I mean, money just flowing out of their pockets, right? Just when Saturday evening come around, they were just so dog tired. They worked all week. They worked from sun up to sundown. They worked from Saturday from sun up Saturday in the morning, and it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on Saturday night, right? I seen it all, been around it all, guys. And let me tell you, many of these people who was making all of this money, they were not able to retire. They left, or they're still, they're still hobbling along behind the chair, but they were not able to retire. And I'm gonna share with you why that happened. And again, the myth is, some people believe that if I just work hard enough, that it'll all work out. And let me tell you something. Your money, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your financial future, you cannot leave it to chance. You cannot leave it to chance, people. Let me tell you, if you leave it up to chance, what's going to happen is it's going to work out, but not in your favor. And so you want to make sure that you are doing things. I heard it said best. If you want to predict the future, guess what? You want to make sure that you create your future. So if you leave your future to chance, and you are not creating it, then it's probably not going to work out in your best interest. And I want to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. So, as I said before, have you seen hairstylists who are talented, barbers who are great hair cutters, but they're not retiring? They're not, they don't have the money that they want. They're not able, sometimes not even able to pay the booth rent, or not able to have money for to buy the products that they need, right? Have you seen people with a big clientele, but again, don't have money at the end of the week? Something is not quite right. And have you ever seen hairstylists and barbers who make a lot, but again, it's not just about how much you make? So here are the 6 things that are keeping people may be keeping you from being able to build wealth and create financial freedom. Number 1, irregular or not enough income. Guys, we know how it can be. We know January comes around, people spend a lot of money during the holiday season. January, February can sometimes be a little, your income might be a little irregular, right? Right after school season gets out in the spring, right around May, the end of May or June, May, June, July, sometimes people go on vacations, all right? Or they're saying, hey, I'm going to be outside enjoying the weather. I'm going to be outside, right? And so they may not be doing their hair or having their hair done as much. So we know that there are lulls within the seasons. Okay, so sometimes not making enough or having up and down income. Maybe some people might be busy around the first of the month. If you know what I'm saying, wink, wink. You know what I'm saying, but the rest of the month they're not busy. Okay, so So irregular or not enough income may be keeping you from building income. All right. Not having clear goals, not having clear goals or a clear plan or strategy about how to get there. So many times, again, people think it's about how many customers you got, how much you charging people for a particular hairdo, right? But you're not thinking about the big picture. You're not thinking about the overall financial picture. You don't have a clear goal set for how much you want to generate on a day, week, or monthly basis. Some people aren't tracking their spending. They don't know how much it actually costs them to operate their business. They don't know how much they really should be charging for their services, given given their overhead, given how much time it takes to actually provide the service, given the products that are needed, right? Given the markup or the profit that you want to be able to make. People don't have goals or have plans set as to how to accomplish those goals. What else keeps people, hairstylists, from building wealth? Paying too much in taxes. I know a lot of times people think that, oh, you know what, I'm gonna hide as much income as I possibly can. I'm just not gonna report. I'm not gonna report this income. But see, what happens is there are a couple of things that happen. Your social security that is supposed to be there for you when you retire, right? That is built on how much taxes you actually pay during your working years. So if you're underreporting your income, guess what? You're gonna have a tough time when it comes to retiring. If Social Security is still around, you're gonna have a tough time retiring because you may not the retirement income, Social Security income may not be there, right? So people are underreporting their income to reduce their taxes. And then something else that happens when it comes time for you to make a smart purchase, to buy a home, or for you to be able to qualify for buying rental property or investment properties or commercial properties, right? People don't have the income in order to qualify because they're underreporting the income. What are some other things? Debt and interest. Paying too much debt and carrying too much debt and paying too much interest can kill your ability to build wealth. Inflation. You guys know when the cost of products go up, when the cost of booth rent or the rent on your building goes up, when the cost of products go up, right? All of these things you see firsthand. That's inflation. Inflation is that silent killer that takes more money out of your pocket and keeps you from being able to have more money to build wealth for yourself and for your family. And of course, finally, not having good money management skills or habits. I see people in the comments and within groups who are always talking about how bad they are with money. So this ain't cute. We got to change this around. We have to fix this because your habits are going to determine your lifestyle. Your life and your lifestyle are determined by your habits. You may have heard the saying that says, first you make your habits, and then your habits make you. And that's what happens. So we want to make sure that we have good habits that lead to building wealth. So, mistake number one that a lot of people make, they think it's all about the hair. Mistake number two, don't have a plan. Don't have a plan. Don't know, how much they want to be able to make, by when, by how much. They don't know how much they should be charging for this for their services and their products. Just not having a financial plan at all. As a result, many people, many hairstylists and barbers do not save. They're not in a position to be able to save because they're not tracking the revenue that's coming in and they're not tracking the money that's going out. Again, Many hairstylists and barbers don't play the tax game well. And there are smart ways to do it so that you're able to reduce your tax liability, right? But you're also able to show your top end revenue that would enable you to be able to make purchases that produce wealth for you or generate income for you. All right. Mistake number five, they don't invest properly. So obviously, you're not able to invest properly if you're not saving anything, right? And if you're not managing your money well, you again won't be able to save. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at Jewel. Of course, I changed her name. Um, but Jewel here, Jewel thought she could not save any money. She thought she was not in a position to be able to save any money. She was like, Alex, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm working as much as I possibly can. And the money that I make right now, I'm not able to save money, right? She paid her bills, living expenses, and she tried to save from what was left. Big difference. Many people are trying to save from what's left over after they pay all their bills and they pay their living expenses. And so you have to make sure that you reverse that. You have to get in front of that. You have to make sure that you are what? Paying yourself first. And there are some strategies to do that. She didn't know where her money was going. She didn't know, she didn't have really a clue as to what was keeping her behind. Taxes, the interest that she was paying on her debt, the waste that she was actually, the money that she was actually wasting because she wasn't keeping up or tracking. And of course, hidden inflation costs, the hidden cost of inflation going up. She wasn't aware of that and she wasn't able to figure out how she could cut the cost of living and operating her business. So she wasn't aware of saving opportunities. And so what we did was we made sure that Jewel, we made sure that we put together a spending plan for her, right? We first of all helped her to understand where she was with her finances, how much she was making on average, what was her spending like on a monthly basis on average. We looked for the different ways that she was spending her money, right? And so we identified and eliminated unnecessary expenses and what we call wealth killers. We created a spending plan for her. She created a home-based business, which is one of the strategies that I always help people with in terms of generating more money, but even more importantly, for them to be able to reduce their taxes. Big, big key, guys, big key. And so, as a result of putting together this plan, she was actually able to save money, right? In her case, I believe she was somewhere between $400 and $600 a month, right? Now she was actually saving and she was investing this money in her no risk wealth fund for herself and her daughter. So let me tell you, that little girl right there, that little young lady is on her way to being a millionaire. On her way to being a millionaire, if she has not held a job. Her daughter has not held a job yet. And that's because of her mom's uh, really understanding she had to get a handle on this. She had to learn what she was missing, and she actually had to implement it and do the work. And as a result, her daughter is going to be set, and mom is not going to be too far behind her. Okay, so here's Chris. Chris is a barber. Chris was hustling and grinding in the shop, right? He was cutting hair. He was doing his thing. He was making money, but he wasn't saving in it. In his mind, he thought he had to have a lot of money in order to start investing. He didn't know how to invest or what to invest in. He didn't know how to beat inflation. He didn't know how to eliminate taxes. He didn't know how to grow his money tax free. He thought he had to try to make quick money. People always trying to fix and flip their money. But when the Bible says, a fool and their money shall soon part. And so when you're always looking for ways to get a quick return, to try to get a big, huge lick real fast, it puts your money at risk. And 8, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work in your favor. So he thought he had to make quick money. And I showed him how no, what's more important than making quick money is making smart money, making smart money. And sometimes it's all about making sure that you don't take any losses. Okay. So losses will hurt you more than gains help you. So if you losing your money, 6, 7 times out of 10, and then you're gaining only 3 or 4 times out of 10, those 6 times, 7 times that you lost money, guess what? They're just wiping out all of your gains. So we had to help him understand that. And so Chris didn't realize um, the importance of compounding interest. Compounding interest is your friend. When you are paying interest, it's your enemy. So you want to make sure that you put yourself in position and you learn how to make compounding interest your friend. So I helped Chris make some smart saving and investing goals. So, because like I said before, he was already making good money, he just wasn't able to save it, and because he wasn't able to save it, he wasn't able to invest it. So we helped him create his own retirement plan. Okay, that allowed him to reduce his taxes, so he was able to put away more, and we put it in places where he would never have to worry about being taxed on that money ever. And that's the best thing that you can do. You want to make sure that you are putting your money in a place where your money grows, but you never have to pay tax free. We showed him how he can start making and generating an income, right, when he's not behind the chair. So we wanted to make sure that he started putting his money in places where his money started making money for him. So he started generating income, right? So he was able to make money whether he was behind the chair or not. And that is so important. You want to make sure that you put yourself in position that your money is either that you're buying assets, or you have money that's generating income for you, whether you're behind the chair or not. Okay. And when you do that, the more and more you do that, then it doesn't matter if you're behind the chair making money. Your money is making money. And so one of the investments I showed him was how he can get what's called a triple tax benefit. That's where you are not when you reduce your taxes, when you put your money in this investment, your money grows tax free, and then when you take it out, it is without tax. Guys, let me share you something. There are so many secrets and so many strategies to growing your money either tax deferred or tax free. And you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of all of these things. And so here's Tyrone and Michelle, he and his wife. So his family was at risk, right? So he's in the beauty industry, but they're spending, they're spending as a household. They needed both incomes in order to sustain their lifestyle, right? So as a result, if Tyrone got hurt, right, they did not have the income to keep up their standard of living, which then put him and his family in a place where they could potentially be foreclosed on if he happened to lose his income for an extended period of time. Same with Michelle. Michelle was not in the beauty industry. Tyrone is, but if again, they both needed Michelle and Tyrone's income in order to sustain their standard of living. So if Michelle got sick, hurt, laid off, right, then the family was also in trouble. So we needed to make sure that we put them in a position where they started putting together some real savings, right? Number one, they needed to start making sure that they save their money, right? because having an emergency savings fund was super, super important. So if something happened to Tyrone, being in the beauty industry, if he wasn't able to work, or if his clientele fell off for some reason, want to make sure that he had money saved up for a rainy day, because we always know rainy days do come. So we made sure that they had savings. That's number one. Number two, we wanted to make sure that they had a protection plan in place. Savings is part of it, but it wasn't enough. So we had to make sure that they had a protection plan in place. So in case if Tyrone got sick, hurt, or unable to work, if Tyrone or Michelle became sick, hurt, unable to work, or that either one of them passed away, the kids and the family will still be able to go on with their lifestyle. So we wanted to make sure that we were planning to protect their assets, protect their family, but we also wanted to make sure we put money aside so they can start preparing for their kids' financial future and their legacy. So, like I said before, we started creating a spending plan. We started creating an accelerated savings plan. We helped them start taking that money, start reducing their debt. We got them some life insurance, right? So that life insurance can, number one, provide a degree or a measure of protection for their family right now, just in case something happened. So that was number one, if someone passed away. But not only that, if he or his wife got sick or hurt, we wanted to make sure that that the bills were taken care of, right? Because the number one reason why families go into bankruptcy is because of medical bills. So you want to make sure that those things are taken care of. And life insurance, the type of life insurance we were able to get for them, allowed them protection. It allowed them to make sure that if something happens from a medical or health standpoint, or they were taken care of. But we also put them in a place where they're able to grow their money tax free. Tax free. And those things allowed them to be able to protect their family now, but also be able to create a legacy for their two kids as well. So, guys, let me tell you, this stuff is valuable, and extremely important. And so, the answer to each one of their problems or the issues that they were having is they learned and implemented a financial plan. That's what that's the key, a financial plan. So what does a financial plan look like? These are all the various things that goes into financial planning. First of all, you want to make sure that you are building a wealth mindset. So many people have gotten to a certain place in their thinking or in their habits that they think that it's over for them, that they can't possibly build wealth, that they may not even be uh, worthy of being wealthy. Or they may be thinking, well, you know what? This is all I know. This is all I've seen. I've only seen my family. My mama was a hairstylist. She was a beautician. So this is all I know. Work, 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 work. So we have to help people get to a place of understanding that you can have more and you deserve more. And this is not beyond you. It doesn't have to be confusing. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, right? This is for everyone. Financial planning is for everyone, including you. So we wanted to help people develop a wealth mindset, wealth building habits, wealth building system that allowed them to be able to reach their goals and get to where they wanted to be. And that financial plan included income strategies. You want to make sure that you have multiple streams of income, that your income doesn't come from just you standing from behind the chair. Because again, if something happens to you, or when you are not behind the chair, if your money is stopping, If your money is no longer coming in when you're not behind the chair doing hair, then you are in financial jeopardy. So we want to make sure that each and every person has at least a three-legged stool. What I call a three-legged stool. You want to have at least three sources of income. So we have to create an income strategy for that, right? Number two, you want to make sure that you have a management and budgeting strategy. You want to know that you know exactly what's coming into your household. You want to know that those funds are being directed directly where they should be, that they should be prioritized in a way on the things that you value most. When you value these things and you place them on a high priority, now you can start making sure that your money is going to fund those priorities. And when you do that, you start really, really beginning to see your money start to work for you. I always say your money is going to do one or two things. This is going to make you rich or somebody else. And because most people don't have a budgeting or managing strategy or system, most of their money is coming in and is going right out and is making somebody else rich and not them. So your financial plan should have a tax reduction strategy. Did you know over your lifetime, the average person is going to spend over a $500,000 in taxes? That is insane. That is insane. But what if you can reduce your tax liability by just 10%? By 20%. That means that's $50,000. That's $100,000 back in your pocket that you can now use to invest. To invest, guys. This is really important. Financial planning also includes a debt reduction strategy. In terms of debt, do you know the average person is going to spend roughly about $140,000 in interest over their lifetime? And that doesn't include the amount of debt. When you put the amount of debt together with the amount of interest, if you're buying one house, if you're buying three cars in your lifetime, if you're paying for student loans, credit cards, personal loans, right? All of this stuff is going to cost you roughly about 600,000 in your lifetime. So between taxes, debt, and interest, we're looking at what? 1.1 million of your hard-earned money. And so if you don't have a financial plan in place, that is money that is going to come that's going to come into your household and it's going to go out just as quickly as it came in. So you want to make sure that you have a strategy for reducing taxes, for reducing debt. You want to make sure that you have a strategy for investing your money, for protecting your money. Protecting your money from what? We already talked about taxes and interest, right? You want to make sure that you're protecting it from inflation. You want to make sure that you're protecting yourself from lawsuits, from foreclosures, from bankruptcies, right? And then the final piece that estate planning. I don't know if you ever see these little signs on the side of the road that said estate sale, right? That's not always a good thing because essentially that usually means that whoever just passed away, whoever just died, whoever owned the house or whatever, right? There's some debt, there's some taxes that are outstanding or due, and the people who inherited the property don't have the money to pay for the taxes or don't or can't pay for the debt. As a result, they have to sell the property. They have to sell the stuff in the house in order to pay off the debts that was left in the asset or left from the person who just died or passed away. So, guys, this stuff is extremely important. And how you begin to set up your assets, the things that you worked for your entire life, you want to make sure that your loved ones get them. You want to make sure that your loved ones get them in a way where they don't have to pay taxes or have to pay creditors or that they don't have to go into debt or they don't have to wind up having a huge tax bill. You want to be able to set people up so the next generation is able to do even better and go further than you. Financial planning does that. So here is the way I know most people feel. I know I felt the same way when I got started on this journey back when I was in the beauty industry, back when I was a hairstylist. But I remember when my father passed away, and I remember that gave me the push to make sure that I start doing things I needed to do in order that I might be able to plan and prepare myself for a better future, that I may be able to prepare my family for having a better future, right? And so I know it may feel like this is overwhelming and it's a lot of information. And that's the reason why, guys, it's so important that, how many people would like to have a step-by-step blueprint for getting this all done? See, too many people try to keep doing this stuff by hook or crook, by winging it, or doing it blindfold, right? And what happens is we wind up wasting so much time and so much money and so much effort, and we never really hit our goals because we're trying to create a plan. We're trying to do it the cheap way. We're trying to do it the we're trying to rebuild the wheel. It's already been built. The system is already out there. The blueprint is already there, guys. It is so much easier, so much better. It saves you so much money and so much time, and so much effort just by getting a blueprint. So let me tell you, I'm just going to keep this real simple for you. If you right now know that you do not have a plan or strategy for being able to manage your money, save your money, if you don't have a written blueprint for reducing your taxes, for investing, for protecting your assets and your family, if you don't have those things, guys, you are in jeopardy. But you don't have to stay that way. You don't have to stay that way. You can go to Candidly.com, as you can see, Candidly.com, right? And you can go there and schedule with me, Candidly.com/Alex Allure for a complimentary strategy session. And I'll sit down and I'll talk with you, and we'll look for areas where you may be able to plan better, save taxes, put more money in your pocket. We're talking about thousands of dollars, where you might be able to put those savings, and how you might be able to invest those savings so you're able to grow your money tax free. If you want to be able to know how to protect your family right now, today, if you want to know how to build income for retirement that never runs out, if you want to know how to build your money and grow your money without the risk of losing it in the stock market, guys, these are all things that are available to you. Okay, you don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to try to keep trying to figure it out. Um, you don't have to do that. So let me tell you, you can go to Candidly.com/Alex Allure. Okay. Or if you want to do this, um, if you want to do it yourself approach, if you want a plan that's going to help you be able to sit down and you be able to do it at your own pace, you can actually pick up the Financial Independence Roadmap. You see that down at the bottom. You can go to payhip.com/ whatever that little funky stuff is at the bottom. But uh, go there, take a look at the Financial Independence Roadmap course or boot camp. That might be something that works out very well for you, and it is a very, very small price to pay. The value of the Independence Roadmap is roughly a $3,000 value that you can actually grab for just $47. Yeah, just $47. So you got two options. You can Well, you got three options. You can keep doing what you're doing right now. If it's working for you, if you have all the money that you need, if you have a blueprint that's allowing you to invest, if you're able to make money when you're not standing behind the chair, if you are prepared for your retirement, if you know 100% certain that you are not overpaying for taxes, interest, and debt, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you know in your heart of hearts that you're not where you need to be financially, go to canley.com/Alex Allure, or you can grab my financial independence roadmap or course that you can go to payhip.com. Look at that little link down there at the bottom in the blue. You can go there and grab one of my best selling courses. Is only $47, but it is over 10 hours of training, 6 modules that's going to walk you from start to finish on how to create more financial freedom, how to build wealth, and help you retire from behind the chair. All right. So, man, there you are, guys. I hope you found this information helpful. Like I said before, if you good, if you straight, if you have all the money, if you know all the secrets, if you got all the answers already, then you know what? Awesome. God bless you. I'm glad to see that you are on the right track. But let me tell you, if you know in your heart of hearts there's some things that you need to work on when it comes to your money, you got a couple of options, you got a couple of choices, and I really, really encourage you to take advantage of one of these opportunities. The Financial Independence Roadmap again is a $3,000 value, and it is just $47. Um, or you can like I said before, you can go to canley.com/Alex Allure for a complimentary strategy session, and we will walk through what items you need to do, what areas you need to tackle in your financial house in order that you might be able to build wealth, create freedom, and retire from behind the chair. All right. So, with that being said, I look forward to either scheduling a call with me, or I look forward to hearing about your experience with the financial independence roadmap or boot camp. All right. So take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.